Okay. Oh, I thought PowerPoint was already there. Where is it? Here we go. Let's do this. Welcome, everyone. I'm excited for you to be here. This is going to be, of course, an amazing stream. One of the reasons why it's going to be an amazing stream is I had a leg day today, and I'm caffeinated, so my energy is fully there. I was also adjusted at the chiropractor, so we are in it, fully locked in. And today, I already have the PowerPoint presentation, which I made last night for you guys. So we're going to go into it. Let me know. Perfect. We're here. Let me know if the sound, everything is good, that it's not double. If it's double, I have to change it. All right, we're going to go into it. Walk away from self-help and live your life. Nowadays, especially with all the information that's presented on the internet, the over-information, when I grew up, there wasn't that much spirituality. There wasn't that much self-help on the internet. But now there are all these techniques, there are all these things where you can get ready and be perfect to attract the perfect life circumstances. And then you continue thinking in your head, you're doing the law of attraction, you're trying to heal your trauma first, you're doing all those fantastic things that can be relevant at a point in time, but most people overdo it because they use it as a coping mechanism to avoid living their life, because it's far easier to read another book, watch another video, than moving forward in uncertainty. But guess what? Your brain, your confidence, your brain learns, and your confidence comes after the actions, after a good amount of actions. There are truths in life, and one big one is the truth of building skills. If you played any sport, if you developed any skill, you know in the beginning there was uncertainty, you don't know the wheels, you didn't know how to balance yourself, but over time it became like second nature. But if you look back in the beginning, it was harder. If you're a child, because you don't know otherwise, it's easier for you to just jump in uncertainty because your parents are going to tell you, oh yeah, jump in, do this sport, do this soccer, do this whatever. And maybe you started playful without an insistence on the outcome, without trying to have results, right? But when you get older, you want faster results because you compare yourself to others, and then you have such a fear of starting that sometimes you hold on to the self-help addiction, to self-development, to spirituality, so you can control uncertainty. Remember this: many people who come from trauma look for control and safety. And who is promising control and safety? Oh, hey, if you use this affirmations, if you use these techniques to heal your trauma, if you use this to raise your vibration, you don't have to worry. You don't have to move forward in uncertainty. Your perfect partner will come to you. Your perfect job opportunity will come to you. You don't have to do anything. It's okay. It will happen. This is so deep in my heart because that's what I used to do. I used to have the self-help addiction, and yeah, this has had its good because I learned a lot, but I also avoided moving forward a lot of times with actions, whereas when I started to move forward with actions, that's where I became really successful. Maybe the mindset that I took over the years before, from practice through meditation, through building my awareness, through going to Abraham Hicks workshops, 12 or so, where I was 8 times in the hot seat, through going to Bashar workshops, all of those things, yes, they might have got me into a state where I could see the actions a bit more, but to be honest, I didn't know where this journey was going. I just made a TikTok account and I posted everything I was excited about. And it got me into, first off, dating for men. And then I shared more spirituality and self-help, and then became 60% women, 40% men. So all of that comes on the journey. And that's what we're going to look at today. First off, let me know, please, in the comments right now, so we save time. If you can hear me well, if you don't hear me double, please let me know right now before we go into the slides and we move forward. Please let me know in the chat. Can you hear me well? Can you see me well? And am I double with the voice, or is it a good audio? Type with your wonderful fingers, guys, so we can move forward. All right, assume that the audio is good. I would love if you guys could share that the audio is good, video is good. But I assume the audio is good. If not, just mention it in the chat. All right, let's get into it. Walk away from self-help and live your life. Most people use self-help and fake spirituality as an avoidance mechanism, right? You don't want to get hurt. You don't want to get embarrassed. You want to be certain that the journey that you start is perfect, because you don't want to fail. You don't want to find out that you're not good enough. All of those things. And that's why you go from book to book. It's easier to read another book or watch another video than move forward in uncertainty. Now, also, your brain tells you that you're not ready yet and that you have to be ready first, which means you don't really live your life. You don't really play the game of your life. You constantly are trying to get ready to live your life. All right? You continue the self-help addiction so you don't fail or get hurt or embarrassed. And I will show you guys now how to live your life, how to move forward, how to practically move forward, because this is what misses a lot. Because a lot of coaches and gurus, they don't really care if you move forward. They care that you buy their programs and get all the mental stuff. But I want you to move forward and actually live your life. So let's get into it. Let me see. Yes, perfect. You learn to walk the path while walking the path, not by thinking about the path. Think about a baby. How does a baby learn how to walk? It stumbles, falls down, finds its balance, keeps walking, stumbles, falls down, and gets back up. It finds the balance. How do you learn a skill like sports, like athletics, like soccer, like basketball? You play, you don't have that ball handle yet, with your feet or your hands. Over time, you stumble, you fall down, you get up, you learn how to pass, you learn by being in the sport, by actually doing the sport, right? So here, we got the path, right? And I wanted to show you guys something. Let me know, the people that came in, if the audio is good in the chat. Please give me feedback, or if it's double. Sometimes I had the problem that's double. I want it only to be singular, of course. All right, now I'm going to show you guys what's going on here. So we have all these people here, right? Here's someone in the beginning of their path, call it number 1, right? Someone a little bit off the path here, number 2. Someone already like way in ahead, number 3. 4. Oh, thank you, Gung. It's good. Perfect. Number 5. All right. So we got all these people here, right? So here's the person in the beginning of their path. They might have been thinking about, oh, Am I good enough? Am I ready yet to start? Maybe I shouldn't start. Maybe I should heal my trauma first. And they might move forward for like a few weeks, but then they give up and stop because they're like, no, I don't want to feel this uncertainty. I want to go back to self-help and watch another video. Maybe I'm not ready yet, etc. But in reality, you need to move and explore. It's about exploration because you really learn what you like by exploring the path. You really learn what you like by exploring reality, right? Yeah, you can learn some things from like movies, which you resonate with. Oh, you want to be entertainer, or you want to be working with computers, or you want to be working with music. But then you actually have to start it on a small scale to see if you actually like it. There's many people who want to be in movies and they want to get casted, they want to get the audition, but they always wait, when they get the perfect part, when they get the $1 million movie. But in reality, what they need to do is go on social media, start small, follow your excitement with what you have. This is what Bashar talks about. You follow your excitement with no insistence on the outcome. And if you don't use the gifts that you have, which is your social media phone, to make a character video and to continue doing that, then why would the universe give you more gifts? So that's why you want to go on that path to find your balance, to find the skills. But if you always stay in your head right here and you don't start, then you avoid going on your path. And then the brain's language is behavior, right? So the brain is like, this path here must be dangerous because you are avoiding going on this path. You're not moving forward here. So this path here must be dangerous. So the brain then gives you more anxiety, more depression, more thoughts of not being ready yet. And then you go back to another self-help video. Let's do this, the phone over here. Another self-help video. Another technique. Another thing to avoid actually moving forward on your path. This person here, number 3, they went through uncertainty here on the path. They probably went off the path a bunch of times, like number 2 here went off the path. The only thing that number 2 has to go, instead of beating themselves up that they went off the path, is go back on the path, right? And don't think there's only one path, but your paths will be based on your values, and you have to explore what you like and what you don't like. And it is unique to you, not what a self-help guru is going to say, this is the perfect way, or even a business guru says, this is the perfect way for you to be in business. This is all about exploration, and some of the most successful people are the people who uniquely try out new things and find out new revelations on what they want to do in business. All right. Let me get a little bit of these lines away so I can give you guys some new info here. So what I also want you guys to know is, and this is not very good shown here because there's only one path, but there's multiple other paths for you to move on. Let's say there was another path here and another path here, maybe even another path here, right? And let's say this is like off the path. It's like drug addictions, jail, or scrolling on TikTok constantly, or avoiding doing the things that you value, right? There is not one right path right here. There is many paths that you will be enjoy. There's not one soulmate. This is what the Disney stories want you to believe. There's many people you can fall in love with. Making it one path is setting a lot of resistance on it. You can find your unique paths along life, no matter how old you are. This is what Abraham Hicks talks about, right? There's always another ship coming in. There's always another ship coming in. Just because you missed an opportunity, a job, a relationship, or you got broken up with, that doesn't mean your path is just like there's no paths anymore. There's another path and another path. There's another ship showing up, right? You just need to move forward and you will find your balance on the path. Be for balance. And you will learn skills on the paths, and you will learn, let's say, for example, I'll give you the example with social media, right? I started a long time ago, even on YouTube and Vine. Vine was the 6-second app that's similar to TikTok, if you don't remember it. It was a very famous app back in the day. And it's the Twitter actually bought it, and they don't use it. X has it now, they don't use it. Elon Musk was talking about maybe that he's going to start it again, which I think is a good idea. But the amazing thing with these 6-second video is creators actually had the ability to make stories in 6 seconds. Like if you're on TikTok now, you're like, oh wow, people make these stories in 30 seconds and a minute. People were actually making stories, very short stories, but stories in 6 seconds. And I love this app. There was like Logan Paul, Jake Paul, a lot other people on this app, David Dobrik, I think. And they become famous on that app, Vine, because they made these 6-second videos. Now, this is where I was like, oh, I love this. Maybe I want to try it out too. And I just explored it, right? And at some point, they canceled the app. It wasn't bringing in enough money. And I still made videos, even though I didn't get any views on Vine. And then when they stopped it, of course, it was offline. I still used the app because you were still able to do 6-second videos and post them on Instagram. I still was doing that. And I was honing my skill of making stories. Mind you, not knowing where this path would be going, but I just loved making videos. Also, I made YouTube videos where I only got like 12 views per video, but I just explored it. I made vlogs. I was traveling to sell massage devices at Disney marathons all over the US, flying to Vegas, Orlando, to Disney marathons in Anaheim and Orlando. It was super fun. And I would make vlogs. And the people who work with me always were like impressed. They're like, you make a vlog every night. And one girl actually said, which was weird, oh, when you die, people are going to be sad because they get to know you on the internet. But by then I only had 12 views, and which actually now I'm more successful and people know me and love me for what I'm doing. But then TikTok 2019 came out, right? 2019, 2018, 2019, that was when TikTok started with the kids. And I was like, this looks so fun. I'm going to make this too. I'm going to do this too. And I would just post more videos. What was exciting to me. And I found my footing. I found my balance, not knowing where it would lead. And now look where it led. I have around 780,000 followers on TikTok. I have, or 770, something like that. I have on Instagram 250,000. Just because I started this journey. And I started here and I moved forward. And I made videos, crazy videos, comedy videos that excited me. I made videos driving Uber and Lyft. I was broke driving Uber and Lyft hours and hours a day and making, even when I had anxiety, fun videos with my passengers. Which then, some of the videos I made with girls in the car blew up. And guys would ask me, how are you so confident? And then the next step was like, oh, I can analyze those videos. Why am I so confident? So I analyzed those videos. And it blew up again. And then guys asked me, oh, how are you so confident? We really want to know. And then it was like, okay, instead of just writing you guys, I'm going to do video calls with you for free, but you have to give me the recording. So I got the recordings from the advice that I gave them, posted that again, and people were like, oh, we love this. This is such great advice. And in the beginning, just for really the beginning, I had like 90% of guys that would follow me. Then I would add my excitement, which is teaching self-development, spirituality, things that excited me. And it changed to now 60% girls, 40% guys. So I didn't know where my path would lead, but I found my balance. Oh, I went in a direction. Oh, this doesn't work so well, but this worked, and this video worked. And do you guys see? I go my path, and by feeling it out, by actually walking my path forward in the direction of interest. Now, yes, in the beginning, you have to have built more of your awareness, which is not identifying with thoughts and emotions. Because if you identify it, you a lot of times identify it with the programming, the patterns. But I assume that a lot of you guys who follow me already are doing that work and have been doing that work. And you can do both at the same time. But many people leave out walking the path. All right, let's go to the next slide. You can only show your brain that you trust the path when you walk the path. Life is like a skill that you need to learn. It's like a game you need to learn how to play. Right? You feel yourself through life. This is also how you learn communication. You feel yourself how to communicate and what you like, what you don't like. Even the streaming, which I started just a while ago, I'm learning how to stream by streaming. And I'm making mistakes and I'm going the wrong, and then I'm like, oh, this feels better and this is easier and this helps. And I'm going to make more and more videos and then find out, oh, this worked and this worked, right? Last time I realized I was taking parts of the video the long video and posted on YouTube and it worked well. So I'm going to do that again. It's like soccer. You need to, oh, let me show you guys where I am. It's like soccer. You need to get a feel for the ball. See, now you guys can follow. Because I learned, oh, let me just draw around it and you can see it. See, that's exactly an example. You think it's that small. A lot of people have fear of judgment, fear of this, but I'm showing you guys while doing it, how you can do it. How you can, even if you want to be a creator, a lot of people are fearful and focus on the wrong thing, which is how do they look? But what if I just focus on giving you guys more value by showing you guys, oh, we are at this point, right? You need to get a feel for life. It's like a feeling. It's like surfing. You're surfing on the wave and you feel your balance, but you can only learn the balance while being on the board, not only learning about the board, all right? And then we have the formula of Bashar, which we also go deeper into the next slide. Follow your excitement with no insistence on the outcome. Because many people have an insistence on the outcome, which then they're blocking themselves from actually getting even more amazing things that they didn't even know that they wanted, right? If you look at this chart, when I walked the path, I didn't know that I would end up here doing TikTok, Instagram, teaching about mental health and relationships. I just followed my excitement and one thing led to the other. But if you never start and you just stay in your head, you're always not playing the game. You're trying to get ready to play the game. And most of you guys feel more comfortable to get ready to play the game, but then you never live your life. All right? This is something out of your comfort zone. But you will see that you build more confidence over time because your brain gets used to it. Your brain's like a little child. You're taking your little child by the hand and taking it into certain situations. And in the beginning, the little child's going to scream because it's scared. But over time, the little child will get used to those situations and will be confident. All right, let's go into Bashar's formula. Follow your excitement with no insistence on the outcome by Bashar. Okay? So, first thing is the choices that we are making. Choices are moment-to-moment choices and bigger choices over time choices. And it's a lot of times as much as you can to follow your excitement, but of course you have things that you have to do, which is a job or other things, taking care of people. But then also those impactful things, you can make them more exciting. And that will also raise your vibration more and make you more happy for you to have a happier life. If you have a happier life, you will also get more inspiration to create a better future and get more ideas. Because you, in my eyes, I believe you will be on a different frequency where you get better ideas as well. Following your excitement with no insistence on the outcome. What does that mean? And this Bashar also explained this. It doesn't have to be crazy excitements. It can be just something more interesting, right, than what you're doing at the moment. And the more from the beginning of the day you guys are choosing the actions that are your highest excitements, that are doesn't have to be jumping out of your skin excitement, can be just a bit more interesting, but the more you sink yourself in the direction of your excitement, which means you will be more sensitive to you have more clarity on what excites you. But only if you, again, we talked about here, move on the path. So you will tune up more with those frequencies, which you get more of a feel of those frequencies, of those excitements. You will get a better awareness, which you like, but you have to jump into life. You have to jump into the pool to swim and learn how to swim. Great questions to ask yourself for this journey are, what are you interested in? Just know your brain. The brain doesn't have to give you necessarily an answer right now, but it's an answering machine. So over time, asking yourself these questions will give you better answers, because most of the time, many people ask themselves negative questions like, why am I not there? Why are other people better? And then the brain's just going to answer those questions. So instead, you ask, what are you interested in? What brings you joy? And this is not only the overall joy, this is also how you do things. So there's the activities, and this is what I explain to my clients a lot in coaching. There are the activities that give you more joy, that load up your phone, so to say, right? The battery of your phone, of your body, that make you happy. But there's also how you're doing things. Anything that you're doing, you can make more joyful. Bashar talks about this, for example, if you get out of your bed and you go to work, maybe the first thing that gives you a little bit more joy, just a little bit, it just has, because it accumulates over time, is putting on your favorite slippers or putting on your Christmas music. So me, this was a very personal example. Over the Christmas time, even now, I'm listening to a lot of Christmas music. I put my boom speakers up here every morning, and I just turn my Christmas music on. I make my protein shake, and I go to the gym, right? And I really enjoy that. And I meditate. Sometimes I meditate later. I'm taking that also now less. I'm more flexible with that as well nowadays, where I used to just be like, no, I have to meditate before I go out. And I wouldn't necessarily recommend that to everyone, because I practiced for over 10 years now, and meditation since I'm a child. So I'm very intuitive, and I moved forward with creating on social media, with actually action. I changed my brain. I used to do an hour and a half, sometimes meditation a day, right? I've been meditating since I'm very young, for probably 15 years now. So a lot of the rules, and I know it might sound strange to you, but a lot of the rules that go for me doesn't mean it goes for someone else, because they have different skill sets. So for some people, a structure is really good, where in the beginning of the day, every day you meditate, right? Which I've been doing for a year now before that, and now I just sometimes shift it around. But many times I still do the meditation first thing in the day, and I do the journaling where I write down what I'm thankful for, etc., to get my day rolling in the beginning. But I feel it out nowadays more on also what excites me. So if I'm already in a good mood, I just go, right? But that is you have to be very aware. It's different people. You fill it out. Always you make your own decisions. Okay, you are your own authority. This is also what I teach my clients, because a lot of people get taught to put other people on the pedestal and not making themselves their own authority. But then they teach their brain all the time that you're not good enough. Think of it like Mark Freeman talks about this. Like you have a coworker that you never trust. You always look your coworker over the shoulder. Oh, are they doing it right? I don't know if you're doing this right. That's what you're doing to yourself. You're always looking yourself, oh, you might not doing this right. These people are doing it better. You have to just follow exactly what they're doing. That's not how you build self-trust. All right? You build self-trust also by exploring, by going with the uncertainty. And Bashar also says, in uncertainty, you always only find more of yourself. And this is true. Traveling, you might find out that, or trying new passions, especially social media, which I talked about in a recent video. When you create social media videos and you keep making hundreds and hundreds of videos over years, you will find out more about yourself. You're showing your brain that you're moving forward, and your brain will support you in what you're doing. Right? If you're avoiding moving forward, your brain will support you in that by giving you more doubts. I don't know why I wrote this. You don't have to see results. Oh yeah, okay. So don't look at the results. Look at the practice. Look at the moving forward. This will make more sense later on in a bit, because I have some other slides here. And it doesn't have to actually make sense always. Your excitement, your interest when you move forward, because your brain is sometimes like, oh, how is this going to make me money? Or how is this going to give me gifts? Right? It doesn't have to logically make sense. And this is what Bashar talks about too. Sometimes you think you have to have like this straight line to your goal. Right? Here's your goal. But there's a lot of resistance on the straight line a lot of times. So if you follow your excitement, you thing might look like this, and it might go in directions where you're like, oh, what, that has nothing to do with my goal here, but it actually gets you faster here because it's sped up, I don't know, accelerated by the excitement. All right. Now, let's go to the next slide. Okay, add a structure. And this is where I want to give you guys, for this video, a practical support. This is ephemeral. I don't know, Lilac, let me know what ephemeral means. I think it's something very epic, positive. Ethan, love this video, man. Thank you for the impact you had on me. I love that, Ethan. I appreciate you. Whoa, there was a dog. Just okay. Let's go into. I heard ephemeral before. English is my second language, if you guys didn't know. But I always love to learn new words, and then I usually try to like use them if they like make sense to me. And so I built kind of my own vocabulary. Since I wasn't societied in, so to say, which is also something I'm just made up. All right, add a structure. I want to give you guys now some practical tips, helping points to move forward in your life. All right. Insert new actions into your week, especially from the beginning of your day. And something that I forgot here that I want you guys to really know is I want you guys to spend time outside of your head from the beginning of the day. Because if you spend time inside of your head, you keep feeding the patterns. Spend time outside of your head as much as you can. And you can do that with the no brain method, which is in my book, the Emotional Fitness book. If you don't have it yet, I don't understand why. Because it's amazing. It has so many tools in there to break those patterns. goes way deeper than I even explained now into breaking those patterns and living your life. And instead of having the self-help addiction, to go by your valued actions, which I'm going a bit deeper in here as well today. All right. So let's go into insert new actions into your week. And I give an example on the next slide with that to go deeper. Number 2, start with the exploration in the beginning of the day. So exploration means you don't have to necessarily right away know what it is your purpose is, what do you have to do, but you just go in the direction of your interest and you incorporate in your schedule these time frames where you're trying out new things and you're lowering the importance. You make it fun. You don't make it with an insistence on the outcome. It's just exploration. Make it exploration. Exploration, if you say I'm going to explore now, you have to explore. Like, you cannot just say, oh, I exactly have to know what I'm doing. Trust the process, like the Philadelphia 76ers say. Give yourself time, right? A year or 6 months or 3 months of exploring, you have to go through the process of exploring, right? And learning skills. It's not going to take away from your life. And many people, I'm impatient, right? But I know I accepted that it has to be a phase of exploration. So you explore the things, maybe it's creating on social media, and you set those things in your days, in your week. Let's say you put it on like Tuesday or Thursday. Like, let's say you want to basically create, of course, social media every day, because TikTok and Instagram, it doesn't take that much time to create. So you set the time during the day, and when the time comes, you do it no matter what feelings or thoughts you have, right? Because a lot of times the old program will say, no, we're not ready yet. They're going to judge us, etc. Even if you start small, for example, like making video without posting it to show your brain that you already start making videos, that's fine. But put it in your schedule to explore and lower the importance. Don't make it with the mindset to do it for others, to get validation and fear of judgment, focusing on that. You make it about having fun with it and going with the excitement. And that's about shifting your focus. You also learn that in my book. To moment shift your focus, not on the what do they think questions, but okay, how can I make this more fun? How can I make this more interesting? What do I like here? Do I like this color or that color? Do I like this music piece or that music piece? Do I like to use this idea or that idea? This is the cool thing. If you shift your focus to that, over time your brain will support you with that. All right? Use writing to get clarity. Very, very important. Use writing to get clarity. Your brain will always trick you, but if you write things outside of your head on a whiteboard, I have my whiteboard here, or journal, then you can see it outside of your head. And when you get up, your brain will allow to be like, oh, what about your ex? What about these worries? What about that? And it will distract you, right? But if you see on your whiteboard, or if you see on your goals, oh, this is what I'm doing today, no matter what the thoughts say, then you make it easier for yourself to get in that direction. You don't need to be perfect. You just want to get more in that direction. If you go more in that direction, you will be more successful. Okay? And you don't have to be perfect. It's like Mark Freeman says, you're on your path, maybe you get a little bit off your path, and you just get on your path, back on your path, right? It doesn't help to beat yourself up while you're off your path, because then you stay more off your path and you waste time. You want to go back on your path, all right? Number 4, don't listen to the doubts of the brain. The brain will say, oh, you're not ready yet, this and that. This is also where the no brain method or the cognitive diffusion in my book comes in. If you have my book, you know you can use the technique of, oh, the thoughts say this, but I'm going to the gym anyway. The thoughts say this, but I'm creating this now anyway, right? And Very important. Make the measure of success the valued actions. In the beginning, your brain will trick you, will give you certain emotions and thoughts, and will tell you, no, you don't feel, this feels wrong, this feels bad, this feels like this, but this is the old programming trying to protect you. So celebrate yourself for the valued actions. When you go to the gym or when you make a video, afterwards celebrate yourself. And at the end of the day, no matter how much your brain tells you, oh no, you're more depressed or you don't feel good, you still have those intrusive thoughts. Doesn't matter, brain, that's not my measure of success. My measure of success are the valued actions. All right? Almost done here. Only a few more slides coming up because I wanted to keep this as short and compact as possible. And then if you guys have some questions after, we can talk about it after I'm done with the slides. So put your most impactful questions in the chat and I can answer some questions. All right. How to set your schedule. Perfect. First, you want to find your balance with the value garden. The value garden exercise was created by Mark Freeman. I added to that exercise these 7 categories because in my eyes, it helps people to focus. Okay. Mark Freeman doesn't do that, but I just added that because I feel like it's very helpful. That's also in my book. The value garden exercise in my book has such a huge part of my book. And it will help you to find your balance with your value garden. Value garden, you grow those parts of your value garden, literally like a garden. You support it with water, soil, the sun, which is you create an atmosphere with actions. You create an atmosphere that supports you in doing those actions. And you also create an atmosphere that makes it less likely for you to do compulsions. All right? So, the value garden, here are these values: business/money, creative expression, relaxation, family and friends relationships, romantic relationships, optional sometimes, fun. These are the 7 values, right? Now, you can see that these are very universally important. We all need money to support ourselves. We all need a business, which can be your passion, which can be not your passion, doesn't matter. You all need money to support yourself and your family. Creative expression can be music, painting, whatever is creative for you. Can be even your job, right? Can be even the gym. It's whatever is creative to you. Relaxation. Maybe the gym is relaxing to you. Maybe hanging out with your friends is relaxing to you. Whatever is relaxing to you, right? Family and friends relationships are very important. We need human connection as human beings. Hanging out with your friends at the movies, going to the bar, laughing, spending time together, going traveling together, whatever. Romantic relationships, it's not always mandatory, but for many people, very important. This can also mean the path to it, which is dating, etc., and the practice of being yourself, which are all also described in my book. Fun. We all love fun, going to Disney World, and it supports you, right? The gym is super fun for me, and it loads me up, my battery, like a phone. So, really important. All right. So then we structure those values in our weeks by, and a lot of people ask, how do we structure these things, right? What's important here? So this is also an exploration, but you insert those valued actions that support those values in a way that is aligned with your goals. What is it you want to grow? So there's, in my eyes, 3 things that you can ask yourself to schedule that schedule. And the next slide is actually an example of a schedule coming up. So it gives you more of an example, you guys. All right. So what is most impactful? The question. Because in your life, there's things that are very impactful for you to have a great atmosphere to live a good life. The most impactful thing, I said this on some of my recent stream, is sleep, right? Sleep, I do believe in life, is the most important thing, that you have good sleep. Because that good sleep gives you good energy and that helps you to tackle anything you need to tackle. but sleep is so impactful, right? Your job, making money. So maybe you don't like your job, but it's impactful. You get to have a job. You get to support yourself. You get to support your children, right? So we're over here, by the way. Let me see if you guys can see me still. Okay, perfect. Kids, support your kids. Very impactful for them, right? Your loved ones. Your health, right? I love the gym. It's my highest excitement. Some people don't like it so much. Some people don't like sports so much. Is it impactful? Yes, because it supports the energy in your body, keeps you healthy. Without your body, you don't have anything, all right? Then one category that I think is very important to structure your garden is what is most exciting to you, right? Which is very broad, but I think you guys can get already some ideas. It's hobbies. Maybe my mom, she loves playing tennis. She loves playing yoga. That's very exciting to her, right? For me, it's the gym. It's going out in nature. It's hanging out with my friends, laughing with my friends, etc. Talking to my brother, talking to my dad, talking to my mom. Whatever passions, maybe like music, maybe hanging out with your friends, going to the movies, going to Disney World, going to events, whatever it is that you enjoy. And then one of the last categories is what do you want to give to yourself and what do you want to give to your loved ones? Now, what do you want to give to yourself? You're already doing kind of with the first two, right? Because what's most impactful, you make money for yourself, also making money for others. So it's also what do you want to give to your loved ones. And here the exciting thing is can also be connected to all of it. The what do you want to give to yourself and what do you want to give to others. Now, so we already have a lot of things that you want to give to yourself, but what do you want to give to others, right? What actions of love do you want to do for your friends, your kids, your family, your friends, which might be just spending time with them on Halloween, on the holidays, on Christmas, on Hanukkah, on whatever, New Year's, playing games, making them food, whatever actions of love are most impactful, of course, right? You want to make food for your kids, or maybe you have a nanny who makes food for your kids. And what also is exciting for you, maybe you want to give certain gifts to them, etc. Support them with words of support, those kind of things, right? So to make it more clear, I have a little schedule that I made. It's just an example schedule. It's not, there's not that much in it, but it's enough for you guys to kind of know what's going on. All right. So remember, I could have wrote this. Now remember. All right, here we go. Impactful, exciting. I usually like these two. All right. So this is an example here. Let's say sleep is already taken care of because I made a little stream on like sleep, how to get better sleep. You can do meditation at night, right, to support that. And blacken out your windows so you get enough melatonin. Make sure you have enough vitamin D, sports. There's so many things, right, that create that atmosphere. We don't go deeper now here on the stream because that would take too long. But I just want to give you guys an idea about the schedule. So for example, maybe you wake up and instead of scrolling on the phone, which you usually would have done, you start every day with a meditation, maybe 15 minutes, maybe guided, like the one I recommend in my book, or a silent meditation, up to you. And then after, because you want to support your body, it's very impactful for you, and it's maybe also very exciting. You want to go to the gym, maybe yoga you love too, hot yoga or something, swimming, gym. First thing in the day, a lot of times I tell my clients if they had like a lot of overthinking, intrusive thoughts, what I noticed is having a meditation and then doing something physical right away after can help you to stay outside of your head, because when you do something physical like the gym, you're moving your body, and at least part of your focus, or your yoga, at least part of your focus has to be on those activities, which is less time inside of your head. So it supports your mindfulness, which of course is not necessary. Maybe you have to go right away to work, which is fine too. Then this would say work, and you would go later in the day to the gym, right? So I gave some examples from the Value Garden. Maybe you want to create content because you don't like your job anymore. And on the side, for an hour of a day or 15 minutes, half an hour, you want to insert creating content, and you do it at that time. Let's say this is 11 a.m. After the gym and meditation, you do it at that time, no matter what your brain says. No matter if the thoughts say, oh, we're not ready, we don't have an idea, etc. You show your brain that you trust yourself, that you do it no matter the uncertainty. And over time, that little child in you will trust you, right? Then we have work. Again, this is just a very simple. If I would work with a client, we would just add way more stuff. But also relaxation would be in there, right? So don't think this is also fun and relaxation. Don't think it's only work and this and this. Some people are like, oh, are we scheduling everything? No. There's also sauna, date night, movies with friends, tennis with friends, hanging out with friends, maybe going to a bar, eating cake or whatever, right? And don't think everything has to be scheduled. But in the beginning, for people who want to improve their mental health, it's good to schedule more, because you make the measure of success your valued actions. But also, let's say on Saturday here at this time, or this time, you say, oh, I just want 2 hours to just go to the park and do whatever I want, hang out, do nothing, right? That's also a value that you have. Be flexible. Does it make sense, guys? So this is where you would insert. If you want to learn how to do that, you can check that out in my book, the Emotional Fitness book. It's in the link in my bio. It's in the link of my YouTube videos in the description. And there you see the Value Garden and how to schedule those valued actions into your week. All right. Last slide, which is also very important. Don't let this be just another video. Start small, but start. So when you watch right now, right, you can be like, oh, this is just another stream, another video. Yeah, this is cool. It's very interesting. But your brain changes with proof. Your brain changes with action. Now, the problem with many people is there's a lot of resistance coming up, because they're like, oh, this is such a big mountain. I don't know how to do this. This is too big. That's why you want to lower the importance. You want to lower the resistance. And there's some great questions that you can ask yourself to support yourself with that. Number one, how can you create an atmosphere to support your goals? Let's say, I'll give you some examples. I also talk about this in my book. Let's say, so basically the concept is, and this is something I learned from Mark Freeman, so great. How can you make it easier for you to do the valued actions? And how can you make it harder for you to do the compulsions? As an example, let's say you want to go to the gym first thing in the day, right? If you already invest in your brain, the night before that you want to go to the gym the next day, if you think about what body part you want to train. You also invest in it if you maybe make your protein shake, put it in the fridge, or lay out your gym clothes the night before. Then you wake up, you already did so many things to go to the gym and prepare yourself mentally that it's easier for you to just get up and do it. Maybe you have it written on your whiteboard. There's so many ways, so many tricks and tips that are uniquely to you. How you can create an atmosphere to make it easier for you to do the valued actions, right? Some other questions that are really great to use. How can you make it more fun? The things that you make more fun, even gym, right? When I go to the gym, a lot of times I will do all the exercise for the week, right? That I need to do. But day by day, I will do the exercises that I love in the moment. And somehow it always works out that at the end of the week, I got all of my body parts trained. So how can you make it fun? How can you make driving to work more fun? Maybe by listening to music, jamming out in the car, etc. Wearing your favorite clothes. You know, how can you make, even just focusing on that, you will get more ideas. How can you lower the importance, right? Even with, for example, creating social media, doing certain projects, signing up for your favorite school that you want to go to, university. How can you lower the importance? How can you talk to yourself and be like, it's not important. I'm gonna just do the practice, to kind of a little bit trick your brain, because the more you lower the importance, the easier it will be for you to do the things, because you lower the resistance. And here you want to play the long game, because many people are impatient. They're like, oh, I need to have 1 million subscribers in a week, 2 weeks, or viral videos or so. And they always lose because they're just lazy and they just want to get quick. But you want to see it as a long game. And there's a great quote. Mark Freeman told me that quote. I don't know if it's from him, because I heard also Alex Hormozi say the same quote. I think it's a very well-known quote. I'm not sure, but I'm just going to refer to Mark Freeman, because I always like to give credit to amazing people. People overestimate what they can achieve in a short time, but underestimate what they can achieve in a long time. If you understand this quote, you're going to have so much more success in life. It's the same as the gym. If you say, oh, go to a personal trainer, oh, I want to be buff in a week. That's so stupid. Everybody knows stupid. I don't have to tell you it's stupid. But if you just say, I'm going to train now for years, it doesn't matter. In fact, you want to train forever, right? But if you have that longer game, you will look back in a year and you'll be like, damn, I have so much success. This is amazing. And you just make it about the process in between. You just make it about the sessions in between. You make the measure of success just the process. Just celebrating yourself for, oh, I went to the gym today again. I love it. Oh, I made this video again today. I'm proud of myself. And you can write it down. I teach my clients a lot. I have in my group coaching group, I actually have this video that I sent my clients where I trained them on how to journal in a way to celebrate yourself for the valued actions. Here, celebrate yourself for the successes. And then at the end it said here, the emotional fitness book will help you to drop the self-help addiction and start. So yeah, the book is amazing, and a lot of people cannot afford coaching. My coaching, I have the one-on-one coaching and the group coaching. Group coaching is, of course, less money, but everybody, I think almost everybody can afford the emotional fitness book. And then live your life. So this was my presentation. I hope you loved it a lot. And now tell me if you have any questions, the people in the chat who see this live. And I'm going to write presentation while you guys do this. We loved it. We loved the presentation. We loved it so much. It was so much fun. Now, let me know if you have any statements, any feedback, any questions before we end the stream. You're welcome, Zach. If not, we're gonna end the stream soon. Come on, guys. Give me something to work with. Anybody has a question? And see, this is also my journey. We don't have that many people in here, but I'm going to post it anyway. A lot of people are going to rewatch it. But I hope in a year, I'm going to continue making streams. I'm going to continue making YouTube videos. And I hope in a year, there's going to be thousands of people in my YouTube live. And I'm going to be a big streamer. So I'm going to do the same thing that I'm going to teach you guys, what I'm teaching you guys here. I'm going to lower the importance, and I'm going to process by process and stream by stream, and I'm trying to learn from you guys' feedback, what helped you, how to make better streams. Hopefully the audio is good, the video, maybe I'll change something around there. But I'm trying to make hundreds and hundreds, whatever streams. Because I made thousands and thousands of TikTok videos and Instagram videos, and I got really good at doing that, and I'm really successful at doing that. But we all know YouTube is the king of platforms. Because it's the most focused people, it pays the most, etc. All right. I don't really see anyone asking questions, so hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Let me know in the comments if you rewatch this. If you have any streams you want to see, if you have any questions that you want to see. With that being said, I wish you guys a beautiful night. Stay up, stay gangster.